Hi everybody. Today I am going to make a dessert for you. It's my favorite dessert in the whole wide world. It originated in Italy, and believe it or not, it's really not that old. It actually became very popular in the 1960s. So there are a couple of ways you can make it. I'm going to be making it the easy way, which is going to be basically just 10 minutes. The Italians make it another way, which I'm going to make that video in the future. But right now I'm going to show you how to make it in basically 10 minutes with just a few ingredients. So if we pan down over here, I'm going to show you what you're going to need. So most important thing you're going to need is you're going to need ladyfingers. You're going to need anywhere between 22 to 24. And these you can find in your supermarket. They come in different sizes. This is the medium size. You're going to need a good espresso coffee. So make what you like. This one happens to be what's it called, Jim?
Kimbo. Oh, you got the other one.
Yeah, okay. This one, I'm going to edit something out. Okay. This one's actually Kimbo. It's my favorite cup of coffee. So I made that. So there's like probably about 2 cups of ice cold Kimbo. When you make it, make sure you put it in the refrigerator. It must be cold. You need 1 cup of mascarpone cheese, which I have right here. You're going to need heavy whipping cream. You're going to need an 8-inch spring pan. I make my cheesecakes in these and my regular cakes, but this is the pan we're going to be using. And you're going to be using 2 pieces of parchment paper, and the parchment paper basically is going to be to line the edge of the pan. So I'm going to start putting that together, and then I'm going to show you the finished product. Oh, also, I'm sorry, you're also going to need unsweetened Hershey's cocoa powder, and that's going to be for the top. And I'm going to show you when we get to that portion how we do that. So let's get started, and let's start by just mixing the cream together. Okay, so there are 2 ingredients that I forgot to tell you about. You're going to need at least 3/8 cup of raw brown sugar, okay? And you're also going to need vanilla extract, and I'll tell you how much of that you need. So if we look here, I'm softening up. This is the mascarpone. So I started by just softening that up a little. And then what I'm going to do, the heavy cream, you're going to put at least a couple of tablespoons in just to get it mixed up. So we're going to do that first. Incorporate it very well. Okay, so this is nice and smooth and nice and creamy, so I just want to get it right there. Okay. And that's nice and smooth, exactly the way I want it. It's nice and silky, creamy. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this over to the side. And now we're going to continue, with the other part of the cream, which I'm going to show you now. All right, in a large bowl, you're going to put your heavy cream, your heavy whipping cream. That's a cup. Remember, we used 2 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons in the mascarpone cheese. 2. So we're going to add the brown sugar, and we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 2 teaspoons. So we're going to put 1, 2. I'm going to add 1 more. 3. This we don't need no more. We can put that away. And then you're going to just bring this until it comes to a nice... You're going to keep whisking this until it becomes very silky and smooth and has some nice peaks. Stop. Okay, so you can see that it's starting to get a thick consistency as you keep mixing it. As you can see, it's starting to get thick, but we need it to get really thick, and we need it to get silky and smooth, and we need to have peaks to form. So we're going to continue mixing this until that happens. So it's gotten nice and thick and nice and creamy. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to actually fold in the mascarpone that we did before, the mixture that we did before. We're going to incorporate that into that. But first I'm going to just like to bring down the side. Look how smooth that is. Oh my God, that is so silky. Okay, that's nice and silky. So we're going to take the mascarpone and we're going to add that a little at a time. And we're going to mix that together now. We can add the rest. We can add the rest in now. And we can put this on. Okay, we don't need the blender anymore, so look how nice and silky that is. That's beautiful. And that is your filling for your tiramisu. So we're going to put that on the side. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to now, we're going to get ready to assemble. We're going to start dipping our lady fingers into the espresso, and we're going to start plating, and we're going to start putting everything in the spring pan. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so this is what, excuse me, this is what your pan should look like. I kept mine with the spring bottom on, and I lined it with parchment paper. What I would suggest you do, if you have a plate big enough for this pan to fit on, I would leave the bottom out and I would just put it on a plate because I think it'll look nice that way. But I don't have a big enough plate for this. The plates that I have, it kind of hangs off the side, and the plate really has to be flat on the bottom. So I'm leaving it in the spring pan. So the next step, you want to butter the side of your spring pan, and you want to cut parchment paper, and you just want to line the sides. The butter will actually, is going to help. Remember, this is not going to bake. We're going to chill this. The butter actually helps the parchment paper stick to the side. So this is a curve. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick your lady fingers. You're going to wet your first one. You're just going to put it along the edge. And eventually what's going to happen is that's going to soften up a little. And you're going to actually fill in the grooves with little pieces of lady fingers. So you're just going to continue doing this. Save these little ones to fit along the side. Into the coffee, just keep doing it into the coffee. This fits perfectly. Try not to soak that long, the first layer, the bottom layer, because the bottom layer, you want it to be strong enough to hold the layers that are coming up above it. If you soak the ladyfingers too much on the bottom, it's going to squash down. So not very long on the first soak. This little piece can go right here. Don't worry if you have to squeeze it in. It'll be fine. Okay. So the first piece that I put in was actually on the side here. And because my pan is round, since it's been soaking already in the coffee, you probably are going to be able to see. If you notice, if you look into there, you can actually push that to form the curve. And again, you would do the same thing on this side. Okay, so you can move these down. And you can probably take another one. And you can probably cut this on. You can probably cut this one in half and fill in any of the cracks. Okay, so that's the bottom layer. Your next step is you're going to get your mascarpone mixture. How nice and silky that is. And you're going to put a layer on top. Cover the sides. Get this all off. Sometimes it's better if you just use a spoon because you can actually get way in there and it's easier to spread. Of course, you can make this bigger. You can, if you want to make them smaller, you could. If you want to make them in little jars, little like glasses and serve each one individually, you can. So basically, that is your first layer. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. And now what we're going to do is we're going to continue what we did the first time. Okay, so I finished assembling my tiramisu, the one that we make in about 10 minutes. This is what it looks like. So I have the second layer of ladyfingers in, which you didn't need. I showed you how to do the first layer, so you just want to continue the same thing. And then I put the rest of the mascarpone cheese up on top. Smoothing out the top as best as you can. You want to smoothen that out. The last step is you're going to put the Hershey's cocoa powder up on top. I'm going to show you how to do that also. Make sure it's unsweetened, but that's not going to happen until later. You're going to take this and you're going to put it in the refrigerator for about, I would say, 3 to 4 hours. If you can leave it overnight, that would be even better. But I'm going to leave it in the refrigerator for about 3 hours because I need to have a piece of this tonight before I go to bed. So I'll see you in a bit when we put the when I take it out of the refrigerator and we put the powdered sugar on. Okay, so we're back to the cake. It's been a little over 3 hours, and this is what it looks like when it comes out of the refrigerator. All right, so it's set very, very nicely. So I'm going to get ready to basically unmold it and hopefully everything will go fine. So we're gonna unmold it. And then we're gonna lift the mold up. Very nicely. And then we're gonna peel away the side. And then we're going to peel away this side. And then we're just going to smooth out the side a little. Okay, the next step is going to be with, we are going to do be generous with the powdered sugar, with the cocoa. Okay, and let's clean the counter. Okay, and there is your tiramisu, and we're going to cut into it. Okay, so we're going to cut into it, and we're going to see how it looks on the inside, and hopefully and because it has the cocoa powder on it, I would suggest you clean off the blade before you cut back into it. And there you go. I could have cut it a little bit better, but there it is. There's your tiramisu. I'm going to give it a taste. Let's taste it now and see how it is. That is absolutely delicious. Oh my God. That is really, really good. The lady fingers aren't really soggy. Some of them are still a little bit crunchy, which I like. And some of them are saturated with the coffee, which I like also. So try this cake at home. This is a 10-minute tiramisu. This is very easy to do. There is an Italian version, which is a little bit more complex, but this one right here will satisfy your urge when you're in the mood for a nice slice of tiramisu. Again, very easy to make. It was absolutely delicious. If you like this recipe, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. And yeah, enjoy. Have a good day.